So today we're taking off and replacing spark plugs on a 2004 Honda Accord EX with the 2.4 liter engine in it. These are coil packs. Right here is the actual circuits for each one. Cylinders 1, 2, 3, 4. Each has their own circuit. This bracket does come up enough to adjust. So when you do pull the coil out, you can unhook the circuit. These are the bolts that hold down the coil packs. This is the first one. It's like this. The second one is like this because this holds the beauty cover. Third, and then the last one. Right now, I'm waiting for spark plugs to show up. These are the condition of the spark plugs right here. They are old. They're very old. Carbons on there, old. They are NGKs, Iraniums. All of them are like this. The coil packs are in good condition. They don't need to be replaced. It is up to you if you want to replace them, but I'm not. I know that they can go a little bit longer. Most likely, the owner of the car is going to want these replaced eventually when I show them that they are still in good condition, but right now they're still got life in them. To see a bad coil pack, you would notice that there was a lot of carbons build up, white carbon buildups, cracking, brittle, broken down, plastic melting, anything that would show a sign of wear and tear and need to be replaced. Okay, so spark plugs just arrived. Okay, so as you can see, the cardboard around the end, that means that these particular spark plugs, which are NDKs, which are imports, they're for foreign. You can use them in actually any car, but they're specifically for foreign. And as you can see, there's cardboard around the actual spark and porcelain. What's this called? We know? I don't know. Anyway, and that means that these are pre-gapped. That means you do not have to gap them. Now, there are some plugs, most majority of spark plugs that you buy from the auto parts store or wherever online, they come pre-gapped. It's just easier nowadays. But sometimes, if you buy a really cheap, and I mean really cheap, spark plugs that probably don't go into your car for whatever reason, they're not pre-gapped. So meaning you have to literally get a gap tool, which is this right here, and you literally take, I'm not going to do it, but you literally you find the specifications for that particular spark plug, and you shove the gap tool in between the tip and I can't remember the name of that, but in here, and then you move it around until until you gap it. And once you gap it to that specification, it's like 0.04 hundredths of an inch or something, then you can actually put the plug in. But we don't have to do that with these. These are pre-gapped. So remember that, like when you get spark plugs and you see that there is cardboard or a piece of plastic around the top, that means that they are pre-gapped and they are ready to go. So this car takes 5/8 of an inch, and you will want an extension, and you will want a long extension in a regular socket, spark plug socket, or you want a what? Oh, my bad. I bet you if I went over here, it's better. Right? See me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want and my light is going out, but you want a long socket, spark plug socket, and an extension, or you want a long extension in a shorter spark plug, but this is 5/8 is what this requires. So you stick, hold, and just slowly slide in and turn it in, and you do not have to torque your spark plugs down, you just want them tight. There is a misconception that spark plugs should be like torqued, and you don't want to do that.
Yeah, you don't want to over torque them or over tighten them.
Right.
Shear them off in the head.
I do know the name of that part is called the shell, and when you pop the shell, which is the threads, yeah, you have to literally drill it out. So you just want to make sure that they're good and snug. I'll put this up. I'll get it here in a minute. Cylinder 3. Cylinder 2. Last but not least, cylinder 1. And when I took the coil packs out of this car, I kept the coil packs in the same cylinder, so it doesn't interrupt any type of like a firing or wear and tear, because they are older and we're not replacing them because you don't need to. They still have life in them, but it just makes better sense to keep them in where they were originally first located. And what we'll do here, so those are all nice and really snug, is we're going to put some lubricant on the bottom of these to, like a...
Some butt plug boot protector.
Right, to help keep these from corroding, cracking, deteriorating, breaking down. Thank you.
Put it inside of it.
So you're just going to put a little bit of this in the inside, like this, on each one. I'm just going to stick it down there. Like that. A lot in here. We're not saving this, are we?
No.
Okay, well, let me just shove as much as I can into this and use all of it. Just wanted to make sure I got some on each one. This is actually a really good idea to do, especially if you're not changing coil packs. It's dependent upon your decision on what you want to do when it comes to this type of a tune-up. Usually, my buddy here, we usually change everything out. But right now, this is how, they still have life. They're still good. There's no reason to get rid of them.
No.
Right?
Yeah. If I don't see any reason to change them, we don't need to change them. Or if we don't see any reason.
Right. And at this point, it
And
will let you know.
those coil patches cost about, what, $80 a piece?
$80
So
a piece
you
for a
gotta,
car.
yeah.
So like I said, this comes up so you do have some leverage when you put the boot back on. The coil pack boot. So, and like I said, I kept them aligned. So on this, you're going to connect the circuit, and then you're going to snug it down, and you're going to hear it snug down.
Yeah, I can snap her down.
And they made this design like this so you could unplug these. These are very difficult to try to unplug inside of there. So you just plug them in, make sure they snap, turn it a little bit, and you snug it down like this. Snug, snug, snug. And like I said, this is the first bolt. These are 10 millimeters. You line them up here a little bit. I misplaced my ratchet. Hey, wrong direction. You just snug these up too. They do not have to be torqued. You just snug them up. You don't want to crack the boot where the boot is to where it's connected. This goes in like this, long down. This holds the beauty cover over top of this. Third one, this is about to die. I have to charge that. That lasted pretty long. Last one here. That's all nice and snug. And down, double check your stuff. Here's my ratchet. Beauty cover. Beauty cover sits like this. Snaps on like that. And then, let me get the grease out of the way. You have these bolts here. These are 10 millimeters too. And here's the line. You have these that go in the center.
Nuts.
Yep. And it's reverse. And I know I started this video after I had taken it apart, but it is reversed to get it apart. You just open this up, and right there. It's very easily to be accessed on this car, which is really nice. We've all done in the rear of an engine trying to reduce spark plugs. That's lots of fun.
Tons of fun.
Torrents and Kias are a lot of fun.
Impalas too.
Impalas, they're all pretty much in the rear end, so you're literally on top of the engine laying, trying to get to the back of it. And these don't have to be torqued down, just tight. This is a beauty color. You know, make it look nice. This one was still loose. And there it is. That's how you place spark plugs. And if you decide to place the coils, that's how you place the coils. And get boot protectant, which helps out a lot. I always use metal trays to hold my bolts and nuts, so they don't lose anything. So like I said, I know I started this video after I had removed the beauty cover, but it's the same process. Shows you how to put it back together, how to take it apart, just reverse. Alright, leave comments, have any questions. Thanks for watching.